to show you how to make a classic French omelet. Really fancy, no filling, tri-fold omelet. It really isn't much more difficult than making a plate of scrambled eggs, honest. And it's impressive and you feel elegant and all that. So what I want to do is start with 2 eggs, and I'm just going to whisk them in the bowl. And as you've heard me say before, you always want to crack your egg on a flat surface. You don't want to do it on the edge of the counter or the pan, because you can push bits of eggshell or bacteria that's on the eggshell into the egg, and you don't want to do that. You should wash your eggs just before using them. If you have your own chickens, they stay fresher that way. And if you're getting them from a farmer's market or the grocery store, obviously you want to wash them before you use them. So I'm going to whisk the egg so it's really nice and combined. Nice light yellow. Then I'm just going to add a pinch of salt and a little bit of pepper. I like to use white pepper. I keep it on hand along with black pepper, and I always use fresh cracked for better flavor, but the white pepper is lighter in color, so it doesn't leave you like the black splotches in your eggs. So I do like to use that. So I've got my eggs whisked. So now I'm going to turn on my burner. I'm going to turn it on relatively low, medium low, low. Especially with omelets, you want to cook them slowly because you don't want the underside to get browned. You really just want it to be cooked without browning. So low heat is important. Then I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil on the bottom. You can use any kind of oil, avocado oil, truffle oil makes a really, really delicious omelet. Since we're using eggs from our chickens, our eggs are super fresh, super delicious. So I make this omelet a lot. If you're gonna fill your omelet, you probably just wanna do a half fold, because the tri-fold, I guess you could put a little filling in the middle of it, but this is basically an unfilled omelet, but you could, put cheese or vegetables or whatever you want. I need a knife. So my oil's heating, and I'm going to add a little bit of butter. I really like the butter oil combination for cooking eggs. You kind of get the best of both worlds. You get the flavor of the butter, the richness of the butter. You get the higher smoke point of the oil. And oil, believe it or not, helps the eggs not stick. They will stick even if you just use butter. So I use the combination. I just want to heat it in the pan until, until the butter stops bubbling. That's the moisture evaporating out of the butter. Just let it heat up a little bit more. You really, anytime you're cooking eggs, when they hit the pan, you want to hear them start cooking right away, but you don't want them to immediately cook and turn brown and start burning and all that. So low heat is better. Just give it another. That's what's so great about eggs is they cook so fast. So we eat eggs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We'll have breakfast for dinner a lot. Omelets are a great way to clean out the fridge if you are using filling. Just want to make sure, if you put the eggs in too early, I think they tend to stick more. So you really want to make sure that your pan is hot, but not too hot. All right. So my eggs are in. You can hear them sizzling. I don't know if you can. And then I'm just going to start pushing the egg. You want to make sure that your pan is center on the burner so it cooks evenly. I'm just going to start pushing the egg away from the edges towards the middle. The edges cook faster. You can even tilt the pan a little bit to get that liquid underneath the cooked part of the egg. But the goal is to get the egg to all cook evenly. So you kind of want the egg in the middle to cook around the edges. And make sure that the edges aren't sticking. Just hear it cooking ever so slowly. like scrambled eggs, you don't want to cook your eggs here so they're completely dry looking. They are going to continue to cook a little even after you put them on the plate. And if they look completely cooked in the pan, they're probably going to be dry and overcooked when you eat them. So at this point, if you were using cheese or vegetables or something, you could put them in the pan. And you can see I've got very little liquid left. It's still kind of wet looking, but the liquid is all evaporated. All right, so at that point I'm going to turn the heat off. I'm going to get my plate, and I'm just going to fold and fold and slide into my pan. And I've got a beautiful, beautiful fancy omelet. You can garnish with a little bit more salt and pepper if you want, some fresh herbs. A drizzle of oil over the top is nice. I do wish I had grabbed some fresh herbs. Oh, I have some chives over here. I was actually drying some chives. There you go. There you go, fancy French omelet. Super easy. And it's a great breakfast, lunch, or dinner.